The sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
The Bulldog sports page on JRR brought to you by Tom's Watch Bar. You're going to be out hosting a Magic Watch Party tomorrow night, Bulldog?
Yes, 7 o'clock. Magic take on the Boston Celtics. We're going to be giving away all sorts of prizes, Magic tickets, Monster Jam tickets, watching the game on their 150 big screens. Come on out and join us. We're going to have a good time starting out the new year watching Magic. So, yeah, going to have fun out there. iDrive, it's a beautiful place.
Dog, I was going to ask you, have you seen that monstrosity? It's huge.
Oh. It's huge. The food's great. It's a really nice sports bar. So Tom's Watch Bar, iDrive tomorrow night, Magic Celtics.
Well, hopefully they can bounce back from last night's little debacle in Milwaukee.
Yeah. They got dominated from start to finish last night, 122-93. The Magic go down to the Milwaukee Bucks. They continue to be the worst three-point shooting team in the league. They made just 12 of 46 attempts from three-point range. It was the 21st time this season the Magic shot under 30% from long range. That's 7 more times than the teams that's done it the second most. So I'm going to say this right now. I know we like to cheerlead for the Magic, and we all want them to do well this year, and they do have a great young roster, but I'm going to say this right now. The Magic are last in the league in points scored. They're last in the league in three-pointers made. They're last in the league in three-point shooting percentage. Defense can only carry you so far. Until the Magic start shooting a respectable percent from three-point range, they're not going to get very far in the playoffs, if you ask me. So they're going to have to improve their shooting. It's a three-point league now. We know that, and I realize defense and all of that, but you have to score some points. So just wanted to get that off my chest.
What are you advocating? More reps in practice from behind the three-point line, Dog? A little extra time after the sessions?
Well, hopefully when Jalen Suggs gets back, he can be a decent three-point shooter, and hopefully when, they're fully healthy, when the Franz and Jalen Suggs join Paolo in the starting lineup, hopefully that's going to open up, they'll be getting better shots from three-point range because there'll be a lot of attention focused on Paolo and Franz. So that's my hope anyways.
I can't believe you just said Franz twice without your finish.
Hey.
Never gets old, I swear.
Yeah. The college football, Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers declaring for the draft. There were some who thought he was going to be like Carson Beck and go back into the transfer portal and try to make some money in college before going to the NFL. But I think he's going to be a high enough draft pick that he doesn't have to worry about going back to college and making money in the transfer portal. So that was announced yesterday.
I'm sure Arch Manning nods in approval.
Yes. If he hadn't went to the NFL, Arch Manning may have been in the transfer portal.
Right.
So yeah. Other NFL news: Jim Harbaugh undergoing 2 procedures during the off season. He's going to have something called a cardiac ablation. I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, it's a cardiac ablation.
Yes.
No, one of our coworkers had that, but I don't talk about it on air because, the confidentiality reasons.
Yeah. Right.
And he's going to have hip replacement surgery. If you watch him on the sideline, he's got a noticeable limp because of that hip. So, and he had a locker room, he had an incident this season. Remember when his heartbeat started speeding up and they had to take him to the locker room and give him whatever they did. They gave him a electrocardiogram scan, and they got his heart back in normal rhythm, and he continued to coach.
I'd be curious if you were able to go back in history, coaching history, and see how many former NFL coaches experienced heart issues at some point.
Oh yeah.
And college coaches as well.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Speaking of college coaches, a former Florida Gators coach, Urban Meyer, elected to the College Football Hall of Fame yesterday, along with Nick Saban. Man, what a coaching class this is. Nick Saban, of course, probably the greatest college coach of all time, 7 national championships. Urban Meyer won 2 national championships at Florida, another one at Ohio State. So, man, that is a heck of a 1-2 punch in the College Football Hall of Fame. Urban Meyer, though, here's the thing. He's going in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's still not in Florida's Ring of Honor. Obviously, he didn't leave Florida in the best of terms. I'm wondering if the Gators will eventually put him in the Ring of Honor. Don't they have to?
I don't think so.
No? He won 2 national championships there. I don't know how you keep him out.
Well, here's another question. You said Nick Saban, the best college coach. What about Bobby Bowden?
Bobby Bowden was a great coach, but Nick Saban won 7 national championships. But Bobby Bowden won 2. So, Bobby Bowden's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard to deny that Nick Saban is the greatest college coach of all time. He broke Bear Bryant's record for number of national championships. So, women's NCAA tournament teams, by the way, will start getting paid. Sort of like the men do. If the men's team makes the NCAA tournament, they get a unit, $1 million or whatever it is. And the further you progress in the tournament, the teams get paid. So they're going to start doing that with the women's tournament. Why? Because the women's tournament's starting to make a lot of money now. We saw that last year when the women's final outdrew the men's final on TV, mainly because of Caitlin Clark. But still, women's basketball starting to be a big money maker for colleges, so they're going to start paying the women's team like they pay the men's team. Good for them.
You said at the beginning, kind of like they pay the men's team. I think that was a little more on the, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yes.
Lightning hosting Anaheim tonight. Mike, the Bulldog Bianchi, host of Open Mic on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game. Weekday mornings that Jason does, where he takes time out of his busy show to join us for a few minutes to provide the sports page on JRR.
Oh!
Linton Taco. On demand. Download the iHeartRadio app.